Hi, crafty friend. It's Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, it's been a morning, where when I craft, my world stands still. Today, I'm going to make a card for Craft Roulette, and today I'm going to show you my thought process behind working through the parameters and just showing you a cute card. So let's talk about the parameters first. If you have no idea what Craft Roulette is, tune in on Friday. I will have the link down below. I'm going to be on Craft Roulette as the guest. I am beyond excited. I don't have a word for how I'm feeling about it. I'm just pumped. Anyway, so there's 4 elements that your card needs to include. So this week it was a thank you card for the project. So that's going to be included in my sentiment. The colors needed to be flying kites, and I chose kind of some red tones because when I think about a kite, I think about like a dragon kite flying in the air. And then I have some like blue tones here going with the sky. So that check has been ticked off. The element is space. Now this has nothing to do with outer space, my vision for this card, but I'm going to fill the space of my card. And that's how I'm going to get space in there. And then my favorite random parameter is the highfalutin paper. Get right out of here with the highfalutin paper is my favorite kind of paper. When I say that, I mean glitter paper, mirror cardstock, specialty designer paper. I don't know. Is that trademarked by Stampin' Up? I don't know. This is not from Stampin' Up, but whatever. I'm all in on this card. It's just going to be a lot of cuteness. You can see maybe a little ladybug happening right there. So whenever I get a little bit stuck when I'm making cards, sometimes you just get in a rut and you start making the same kind of designs and it's like womp, womp, boring. You gotta switch it up. I go to card sketches. So I pulled out this card sketch paper. This was from Pink and Main from the December 2023 Bookworm card kit, courtyard kit. Crafty courtyard kit. There we go. So this one I've had for a while, but the sketches are good and fresh. And I'm going to use this sketch here. There's no number, but I figured I would give a little nod to Pink and Main since that is where I'm getting this sketch from. So thank you, Pink and Main. I'm going to make it my own, but this was my jump start to my creativity, as they say right here. So there you have it. That is kind of where I have prepped things I don't know. I prepped things kind of at a good spot where I'm going to kind of show you a couple different techniques, but I didn't want to sit here die cutting and cutting paper and making matted layers. So let's dive in and cut some paper and make some matted layers, shall we? But I'm going to do it in a different way. So if you look at the card sketch, there's supposed to be like a little banner piece right here. So I'm going to turn these 2 papers into banners with low tech because I think everyone and anyone should be a card maker. And it doesn't have to be expensive to do so. And I know that Mary Gunn would agree with me from Craft Roulette. Okay. Here is my ruler. If you don't have a ruler, grab something in your garage that has a tape measure, anything. Grab a pencil or a pen. And we're just going to call that 3 inches for the sake of simplicity. 3 divided by 3 or 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. I promise I can do math. And I think my banner will just be about that big. So that is 1/2 inch roughly. So I just put a little dot at 1/2 inch. Now what I'm going to do is take my ruler and put my ruler at the dot and line up my ruler with the corner of my paper. We're going to make our own pendant. And we're going to go super straight and techy with my ruler and pencil. Low tech. Everyone can do this. You don't even need a ruler if you just have a straight edge, like an old gift card or like literally anything that has a straight edge in your house. You could do this. So that is going to be my cut line. Ideally, I probably should have done all that pencil on the back, but it's fine. I have a ruler, or I have an eraser that can erase the pencil line if I get any pencil still left on here. There we go. Let me know in the comments how your week has been. This is kind of like my update video for the week that I do. That most of my videos I prep quite a bit ahead of time if I'm on top of things. But my Craft Roulette video is usually made the week that it goes up. As I guess that's how it has been so far. Mainly because with Craft Roulette, they give you parameters each week. So everything is new and fresh. But you can use things from your stash and go from there. Okay, so for this pennant, I should have made this. Is it pennant? I don't know. I'm all of a sudden getting like religious, like penitent. Okay, I'm probably off with that pennant. You're probably screaming at me in the comments. It's fine. Okay, anyway. I should have made this a little bit longer because I don't know. I feel like it should be a little longer, but we're going to just make it work. It's a background layer. It's not that serious. Okay. So guess what? Last week I met one of my very best friends, Melanie Smith, and you probably know who she is. She and I are the Better Press Babes. So she's on my channel every other month. I'm on her channel and we do lives together. It's a thing. We're besties. I adore her and I got to meet her in person and it was fantastic. I also got to meet Joy. She's the owner for Pajama Crafter Stamps, Joy Wilson. You probably know who she is too because she is big in the card world. No, is my pennant perfect? No. But it's going to be fine. Nothing is perfect. And you know what? Perfect is boring. Boring. I think I need to add a string to this because it's just, I feel like adding a string. Is this bow too obnoxious? Yes, that's too big. Oh, just when you think you have it all together, you don't. Okay, I think I'm going to do this twine. I got this twine from $1.25 Tree like 4 or 5 years ago when I first started card making. Okay, I better glue this on first. I have a love-hate relationship with patterned paper, if you did not know that. I love it because usually there's gorgeous designs, but I don't really like it very much because you have to pick what design you want. So that's my love-hate relationship with patterned paper. Maybe you can relate, maybe not. Either way. So anyway, we went to Kentucky to meet everybody and it was really great, honestly. But whenever I leave home, I'm such a home person because home is where my craft room is. I feel like I need like a moment to get myself back together. So I've been trying to catch up on some work and some fun. I just finished filming last night my Spellbinders club video for the clubs for July, which is so fun. You're going to love them. And then I am going to do some design team projects soon. Melanie and I have a new sponsor for Better Press Babes. We're actually going to do 2 Babes Night Out. Babes Night Outs. No, Babes. We're going to have 2 live events in July. One on my channel, one on her channel. And that's really because we have a new sponsor and the new sponsor is coming out with new fun stuff. So we just want to honor that. Okay, I'm just going to put this off to the side a little. All right, and then this panel, we're going to pop this one up too because why not, right? Yeah, right about there. Well, we'll see where the flower is going to go. Okay. I almost popped a hole in this and did a little bow, but my flower is huge and that would be too much and it would cover it anyway. Okay. Let's talk about the things that I'm using here. I've got this adorable ladybug that I'm going to assemble in just a minute, but it is from Pajama Crafter Stamps, which I love. And the flower is part of that set, and it comes with a little gift card holder die. So if it's something you don't have in your stash, I would recommend it because you can make easy gift cards for people. And you know what? I think we need to normalize giving a gift card as a gift. That is a fabulous gift, in my opinion. All right, I have doubled up my foam for this edge because that's going to go here. This already has one layer of foam, so it will, I don't know the right word, it will not be droopy. Anyway, let's see what else is going on this week. It is raining here in Minnesota, like crazy pants rain. I was a little bit sad because when we came back, all of my peonies, I call them peonies. I know some people call them peonies, but live your life. My peonies had all bloomed and they really were wind blown from some of the storms that we had when we were gone. So, I guess if that's all the damage that has happened while we were gone, I should be thankful. But they're one of my favorite flowers in my yard, and I was a little bit sad that they bloomed and then were kind of destroyed. But, such is life. Okay, and then this sentiment, thanks for being my best friend, is from Pajama Crafter Stamps as well. It is from this set, which is, fun fact, one of the first sets that I got from Pajama Crafter Stamps, and it has a Yorkie. So I was really excited about it. There it is. I just kept the little masking. Usually I keep it in the inside, but whatever. It's there. But thanks for being my best friend. This is a versatile stamp. So there you have it. The Ladybug die does come with, I'm so sorry, I keep hitting my camera. Like I said, I'm just coming back from vacation. I'm a little bit off. But it has this high die, and I think that is super cute. I need to use this. I haven't used that yet, and I think it's so fun. And I love when a die is all connected. Less piecing. If you know, you know. Okay, I think my flower is going to go kind of like that. Yeah, that should be good. I just refilled my glue. I'm really trying to prepare for Craft Roulette and not have my stuff all over the place. I am excited because I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous. Let's be real. I'm a little bit nervous because it is a live event, but at the same time, I'm not too nervous about the parameters. First of all, because I know that the Craft Roulette people in the chat, the chatterbox, they're super sweet and kind and helpful. So if I get stuck, it's going to be fine. They're going to help me. And also, I feel like I've looked at this week's wheel parameters and I feel pretty good about what's on the wheel. Now, that being said, I probably will get something totally odd and I might get stuck. So if you're watching on Friday, go ahead and come help me. But I feel like it's going to be all right, Mary is so sweet. I had my tech call with her and Mr. Producer earlier this week, and I just feel pretty at ease about it all, and I think it's going to be great. This ladybug is so stinking cute with its little eyes. Oh my, I think we're going to bump up the cuteness even more with this ladybug by adding, where do I want them, first of all? I don't really like when things go that way. So I'm going to have my ladybug going this way, like he's crawling. Oh, that just gave me an idea on the wheel. On the wheel, the one thing that I'm like a little bit unsure of is there's something on the wheel that says down. But look, this ladybug is traveling down. Haha. Now I'm really ready. Bring on Craft Roulette, right? Okay, let's add some foam to my little lady and we'll get her all popped up. Ladybugs are always something that I think are just so fun. I had ladybugs as a classroom theme for one of my years that I have been teaching. Ladybugs are kind of all over the place. Maybe they are where you live, but they are everywhere in Minnesota, especially in summertime, but you'll still see them in winter. So, a little fun fact about ladybugs is that they're in Minnesota. Do you have ladybugs where you are? Wherever you're watching from, I'd love to know in the comments. I wish my ladybugs were sparkly like this one, but you know, you can't have everything have glitter and sparkle, but we can hope. All right, I have my jelly roll. This is the number 10. This is the big one. Nice and thick lines. I always like to do a little swirly swirl off camera or off project first before I go in on the project, because sometimes things just get gummy. Isn't that just such a lovely word? Gummy. And we don't need any issues. I feel like this needs a little bow or something. What is it missing? Embellishments, probably. Let's look at the sketch one more time. Oh, yeah. There are two little doodads here. Well, they say that this is a jump start, so I'm going to add them where I want. Oh, yeah. And now I'm going to add these pearls, by the way. Also, one thing on the parameters is the word June. June is something that's there. So I looked at that and went, what? What is June? So I kind of got excited because things started coming to my head, which that's what happens with Craft Roulette parameters. You go, what? And then you think of all these ideas, and it's exciting and lovely and wonderful. So first of all, I do my homework because I am a teacher and I do feel like learning and researching and prepping is important. Not the biggest fan of homework, but that's for another discussion for another day. But like I was saying, June is on the parameters, and the birthstone for June, at least this is what Google told me, is pearl. So I could use pearls on my project like this. And also the flower for June, like the monthly flower, the birth flower, I think is what they call it. Where are my medium pearls? Am I out? No, Justine, they're all disorganized. Okay. Anyway, it's a rose is the monthly flower. So maybe I have a rose stamp somewhere, or I could do something that's the color of roses. Who knows? Ooh, this is a good medium one. I have no idea if my microphone is picking up the very loud train that's going by, but if it is, you're getting a little flavor of some small town America cuteness. Should we put that big one on? Yeah. I always say yes to the embellishments, and I always do probably more embellishments than most people because I love a chunky embellishment. I think they're so fun. Not so much fun to mail, but I think they are fun. Okay, I'm going to add one more, and I know that is going to make eight embellishments on my project, which some people really don't like, But this card isn't for everyone. It's art and fun time for me. But, you know, I think we're still going to get away with the whole odd number of embellishment thing. That seems to be the way to go because I have 3 over here and 5 over here. I don't know. If you disagree, that's okay. We can still be friends. So I think that finishes it off for my card for this week. So I hope to see you in the chat. I don't know if I really will be watching the chat too much, but I'm sure that Mr. Producer will help us out and let me know if there's a question or something. They do such a great job every week, and I'm still very excited to be on Craft Roulette. Oh, I'm loving that glitter paper. I think highfalutin paper should be a parameter every single week because look at that shine. Speaking of shine, I got to add my Wink of Stella, and we're going to put it on the center of the flower. And mine right now is super juicy. Does that count as highfalutin paper now that I've added sparkle? I say yes. I don't know why it's so wet. Maybe it got squeezed. I've been organizing my craft room. Alrighty. Well, let me know what you think of this one, and I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you Friday on Craft Roulette. Bye.